So now let's do the CELPIP sample exam reading together. So let's take the test together. So pupunta ulit tayo sa CELPIP, free CELPIP general practice test, starter set. We'll start with practice test set A. And then from there, ayan na naman yung reminder natin na in the practice test, medyo different siya sa actual test. Kasi sa practice test, pwede tayong bumalik sa sa previous part and check our old answers. Pero sa official test, hindi pwedeng bumalik. You can only go forward. Okay? So we'll start and we will do the reading test.
Reading test instructions. The reading test is about 55 minutes. There are 4 parts in the reading test. You will have about 10 minutes to read each passage and answer the questions. The passage is on the left. The questions are on the right. Move the scroll bar up and down to see everything. Left-click on the mouse to select your answer. The answer you choose will be bolded. To change your answer, click on another option.
Then we click next. Then means practice test lang. So you read the question, which province is on the Pacific Ocean? So you look for Pacific Ocean, I guess. And then from here, nakasulat dito Pacific Ocean. So off the west coast of British Columbia is the Pacific Ocean. So my answer would be British Columbia. Again, you find the time on the upper right hand of the test. So first part is the reading correspondence, which is the email. So we'll go through and skim through the questions. So Maria mother is now in a few weeks. Marco, so may anak si Maria. Maria is feeling what? Okay, so let's read. So Maria is yung nagsulat nung letter. So Maria's mom, my mom remembers you well when we were kids. So they're looking for the location. So my mom remembers you well from that. After that, we took the family sightseeing in Vancouver. They love it. They left yesterday for Victoria and will catch a plane back home from there in 3 days. So Maria's mother is now in Victoria kasi they left. They left yesterday and will catch a plane back home from there in 3 days. So technically now, nasa Victoria pa siya. In a few weeks, Maria's son, Marco, will tignan natin yung options. Graduate from university, visit his family, start a new job. Okay. The graduation ceremony was great. So tapos na yung graduation. Hindi siya mangyayari. Kasi nangyari na. So next is, he accepted a job offer in Tokyo. So in the next few weeks, he leaves at the end of the month. So in the next few weeks, Maria's son Marco will start a new job. Hindi naman siya mag-visit ng family in Japan because mag-work na siya sa Japan. Okay? Marco is feeling, let's look at the options. Unsure. Okay, let's see. Marco is very excited about it. The firm has been really active in the reconstruction efforts. He is a little apprehensive about communicating in Japanese, but the firm has a translator and a tutor to help him. So, Marco is feeling excited na siya about the job. Hindi naman sinabi na happy siya to leave his parents, but he did say na he's a little apprehensive about communicating. So, nervous about speaking Japanese. So, look at the synonyms also kung merong mga synonyms there. Marco's employers are, look at the option, not supportive. Hindi naman kasi bibigyan nga siya ng tutor tsaka translator. Hindi rin naman to kasi bibigyan nga siya ng tutor and translation. So we can say that the firm has been really active in the reconstruction efforts. So we can say that they are specialists in town reconstruction because marami na yung experience nila in reconstruction efforts. Maria and Jack are worried about Marco is over the moon, but Jack and I, so Jack is yung asawa, and I are having a tougher time with it. We think he's so young to be so far away, but we know that it's for the best. So, Marco being in an earthquake, wala naman sinabi. I think here it's more, we think he's so young to be far away. So, bata pa si Marco, natatakot sila for anak nila. So, I'll add here, or I'll choose Marco's lack of life experience. Maya and Maria are neighbors, cousins, co-workers, old friends. Di sila neighbors kasi malayo nga yung isa nasa Calgary, diba? So, I'd say they are old friends. Okay. And then here's the response to the message from Maya to Maria naman. So, this is such wonderful news. Count us in. We would hate to miss. Na-miss na nila yung graduation. So, wala na yun. So, probably the leaving party kasi doon sila ini-invite. See, in any event, we're planning a farewell party for friends next weekend. Okay, we'll leave. So, saan ba sila galing? So, sa start ng email, sinabi ni Maria na the graduation ceremony was great. Too bad you guys couldn't make it, but we understand it's a bit of a far drive from Calgary. So, from Calgary. We'll be there, but Orlando way. If you need help setting up if you look at the options, hindi naman trip, it's a party kasi invite nga sila to the party. You'll have some extra help. Cindy is great with decorations. Also, we want to give Marco a graduation gift. Initially, we thought of a sofa for his Vancouver apartment, but I guess that he cannot use that now kasi alis na nga siya to Japan. So, anuhin pa niya yung sofa, diba? Do you have any other suggestions? Does he have everything he needs for the move to Tokyo because he's moving? Winter clothes perhaps? Let me know and see you on Saturday. So, yun, we just have to complete the email response to correspond doon sa initial email na binigay na example. Next. Okay, next is, again, you scroll up and down to see everything. So here we have an email, okay, from Peter and Janice, galing from Peter to Janice, and then to the left we have different transport options, and I'm guessing yung presyo, duration, and also benefits nila, or some comments. It doesn't really say kasi walang header, diba? So here, the subject is a Seattle conference presentation from Peter to Janice. So, hi Janice, you'll find attached our presentation file. It's ready. I've also done some research on travel. Remember, the conference is a week away and we haven't decided how to get there yet. So, I'm guessing Janice and Peter, baka office mates sila kasi they will travel together to a conference. And may presentation file sila. So, maybe they are presenting dun sa conference. Blank, because the fleet is old and there are no stopovers. So, let's look at the option. So, here, sabihin mo na, fleet is old and there are no stopovers. So, parang hindi siya masaya. So, I'd say least comfortable would be that the buses are the least comfortable. So, tama ba? Buses has least comfortable. Tama. Then the train seems more relaxed and we have plenty of time to get some work done. Train is more relaxed and we have that. It is priced lower, costs more, seems lower. Okay, especially when it comes to airfare. So, tignan natin, magkano yung train? $260. Magkano yung flight? $240. So, mas mura pa mag-flight kasi mag-train. So, it costs more than I expected kasi mas mahal nga yung train. Especially when compared to airfare. Plus the blank. So, here, airport station, parking lot, stop. So, wala naman sinulat about the train, but hindi naman nag-stop ang train sa airport, hindi naman nag-stop sa parking lot, hindi naman train stop ang tawag, so dapat station siguro. So there is far from the hotel. Flying would save us time, so let's go to flying. And the airport is closer to the hotel and university in case we want to visit Dr. Kitayama. Lastly, I really wouldn't mind. So here, dahil yung next niya is my car. So, maybe driving. My car is economical and would give us flexibility too. At the freedom to explore the city and no need to pay for cabs to and from the hotel. So, to go sightseeing. After all, we have worked so hard on this project. So, next, the drop-down menu is Peter and Janice are, so from the email, it seems like co-workers sila. Peter and Janice work together. The main purpose of the trip is to attend a business meeting, to visit the tours. So it can be business meeting or speak at a conference. Let's look at the email again. So dito, Seattle conference presentation. And then may attached presentation file sila. So most likely I would go to speak at a conference. Peter seems sympathetic, apathetic, cooperative, unhelpful. So here, you have to cross out yung mga hindi naman applicable. Like, hindi naman siya unhelpful kasi helpful nga siya, diba? Or hindi naman siya sympathetic kasi what would you sympathize about? Or hindi naman siya apathetic. So, here I would go for cooperative kasi he was collaborating with Janice naman nung sinend yung email na yun. He was doing the research. So, next. Okay, next is reading for information. So here we have 4 main paragraphs. But before we actually read paragraph A, B, C, and D, I would go for the 9 questions. Like, ano ba yung subject lines? So, ito, physical difference between narwhal males and females. Narwhals are also referred to as death-like. There are aspects of narwhals' anatomy. Narwhals possessing social interaction. Narwhal whales are connected to Canadian Aboriginal folklore. There's a sound understanding to narwhals' mating behavior, and different countries documenting narwhal behavior patterns. The narwhal population is in jeopardy, and narwhals' physical characteristics are also observed in other whale groups. So here, titignan ko dito yung mga main topic per sentence. Like here is physical difference, male and female, death-like, anatomy, social interactions, Canadian Aboriginal folklore. There's a sound understanding to narwhals' mating behavior, ito different countries, and then narwhals' behavior patterns, and then ito population, and then last is physical characteristics ng narwhals. Okay? And then I will try to look for yung mga keywords na yun, or similar or synonyms dun sa keywords. So let's go through the passages. So ito, narwhals share physical characteristics with beluga whales. So kanina mayroong physical characteristics. So here, narwhals' physical characters are also observed in other whale groups. So beluga whales are also whale groups. So here, from 9, I can confidently say it's A. Kasi nakasulat na eh. Narwhals share physical characteristics. Narwhals physical characteristics. So same. Okay? Okay. Ito, biglang may male. Then may female. Okay, so I will go for the male and female kanina. So there are physical differences between narwhal male and female. So here, the horn-like formation, so it says here, male's forehead, merong 2.5 meter, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, to be honest, I don't need to know all the information. I can just say na, oops, there are physical difference between males and females, and I can see that here. Iba yung tusk, iba yung appearance, and that exactly is the subject line. Okay, and then here, then dito naman, local Aboriginal elders. So kanina merong Aboriginal din, right? A northern Aboriginal legend explained in the narwhal. Okay, so ito sabi niya, narwhal whales are connected to Canadian Aboriginal folklore. Unsure ako dito kasi wala namang sinabing Canadian Canadian Aboriginal folklore mismo. So let's see. Okay, narwhal behavior is also introduced. No. Behaviors, kanina meron din na tayo. So mating behaviors. Narwhals behave also during males frequently engage in episodes of So here, some studies theorize about the possibility of these being mating behaviors aimed at displaying generic superiority. Support for such theory, however, has proven scarce since, unlike other mammalian species, the behavior is not aggressive. So there is a sound understanding. Technically, it goes against the passage. So here I will say it's an E. Narwhals are migratory species. In an attempt to learn about their migration pattern and social behavior, their population are being observed and recorded through satellite tracking conducted by scientists in Canada and Greenland. So different countries are documenting narwhal behavioral patterns. Yes, that's in D. Okay. So, then babalikan ko. Meron akong mga hindi nasagot. So I will go back. So like for example, the narwhals are also referred to as death-like. Death-like and corpse whale, it sounds very similar. Pero hindi naman niya sinabi na here, I'd probably go for E, but let's see if tama yung sagot ko or not. Okay, then, third, there are aspects of narwhal's anatomy that remains unexplained. Anatomy. Ito. So, for hundreds of years, the purpose of the tusk on the unicorn whale has puzzled scientists and local Aboriginal elders alike. So I would say there are aspects of the narwhal's anatomy. The purpose of the tusk, which is part of the narwhal's anatomy, is unexplained. So I will go for C. Social interaction. Narwhals present puzzling social interaction. So let's see. Narwhal behavior also intrigues researchers. Males, the same behavior is not I'd say narwhals present social interaction because they're not sure here. So like sa male and sa female, hindi sila sure. But I will say this is a D. Is it connected to Canadian Aboriginal folklore? So we said here, local Aboriginal elders. So before may story about it. So I would say this is a C. And then throughout the passage, wala namang sinabi, I think, na their population is in jeopardy. Oh, but it did say the narwhal is an endangered type of whale. So I would say, yes, they are in jeopardy. Okay? So let's see. Then, let's go to the next. Okay. So the next one naman is an article from a website. So again, merong 9 questions in total. So what ang kailangan natin malaman is what is the article about. Let's look at the Mr. Gordon's intervention. Okay, the intervention. Okay, so medyo mahaba yung mga options natin. Let's go through it. So, Mr. Gordon came up with an innovative intervention to address both, which is addressing the 2 major concerns, which is childhood obesity and ADHD. So here we can say that It's a conventional high school teacher with an unconventional idea. Okay. Mr. Gordon's invention. Okay, so the idea came to the Gordon after a personal experience in university while working on his bachelor degree. I didn't have to. So it's about exercising and the health. So I think here it was inspired by his own successful experience as a student. The intervention was not. He met resistance from the high school principal, Don Epstein, who was not convinced that academics and physical exercise should be amalgamated. I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing ayaw niya i-mix. So the intervention was not initially well received by the school principal. According to Dr. Ratney, so let's look for Dr. Ratney here. Dr. Ratney, a psychiatry professor at Harvard Medical School, exercising increasing. So here's habit. Exercise turns the attention system on and helps with working the memory and prioritizing and sustaining attention. So Dr. Ratney says increases at exercising diminishes hyperactivity and increasing attention. At the 1 year mark, the intervention at 1 year mark. So let's see. That's precisely what Mr. Gordon found a year into the intervention. My students' endurance, both physical and mental, has improved. They are fit, eager to learn. So at 1 year mark, the intervention produced the results that Mr. Gordon expected. Because siya naman yung nagsabi na exercise would help decrease ADHD and increase attention. Okay, so the following is a comment by a visitor to the website page. Complete the comment by choosing the best option to fill in the blank. So interesting article. I've been a high school teacher for 15 years and I am quite dubious. So dubious is like nagdududa of Mr. Gordon's attempt to hindi naman reducing weight yung main objective ni Mr. Gordon. Hindi rin naman siya nag-develop ng cure for ADHD and hindi rin naman siya nag-finish university whilst teaching. So I would say bring exercise into the classroom because yun naman yung ginawa niya na Bradley Gordon's French class and see students riding on exercise bikes and sitting on yoga ball. It is a French class or a gym class, right? Although Dr. Ratney claims that this project, so babalik ako kay Dr. Ratney. Dr. Ratney, this project was implemented. No, Dr. Ratney did not say that it was implemented. It was also not more important than academic studies. Here he just said that exercise turns the attention system on. So sustained physical exertions. Okay, so I would say will improve students' concentration. I often find the opposite is true. Indeed, it is a student that plays soccer or baseball at lunchtime that I often find the opposite is true. So careful tayo dito. What he's trying to say is the opposite or reverse, kabaliktaran ng. So indeed, it is the student that plays soccer or basketball at lunchtime that So, kung sinabi ni Dr. Ratney na it will improve attention, what this guy is saying na is, if nag-exercise yung mga bata at lunchtime, most likely pagod na sila after ng laro nila. It would be a mistake to limit student diet, overwork the student prior to the end of the school day. There's also the question of time management. It simply is not possible to get through the curriculum while the students are too unfit or bouncing around on yoga balls. So this guy is kind of against, based on how this comment was made and the words that he made, it seems like he's not very excited about the idea, or he is not sure nagagana siya. So you can see those cues through, for example, I often find that the opposite is true, or it would be a mistake. So kailangan may context clues din tayo na matignan before we actually choose the answer. Yeah. So, and then again, once you finish the practice test, it will give you the answer key and what you answered. So then you'll be able to check kung how well you did. So in this case, I think we did pretty well except for one, which is yung reading for information. I said E, dapat A. So with this, you can actually go back. So I will return to the beginning of part 2. Oh, no, let's go back. So let's go back. Ang question pala is sa part 3. So let's go to the beginning of part 3 and tignan natin saan tayo nagkamali. So for example, here I said narwhals are also referred to as death-like. I answered E, but the answer should have been A. Siguro because of this nga, yung corpse whale, which we were talking about earlier. So at least now, then yeah, when you finish everything, you will also again get your approximate CELPIP score. Again, if you take the practice exams and you are not scoring your desired level, you have to keep practicing. One is through Paragon, the test that's available, which is may dalawang sample test, but another is through the YouTube link that I'll be sharing as well. So good luck. Let's keep practicing, and hopefully we will all reach good scores for CELPIP.